Welcome back. Semi-final up on the slate here. Kirsty-Lee Davies gets us underway with the break, taking on Danielle Randle. And a successful opening break here for Kirsty-Lee. Just update you with a couple of the scores from the seniors. Obviously, we've just had a great bit of fun with Oli out in the arena. A bit of light-hearted reaction to his turnaround in the quarterfinals there for the seniors. He's waiting for the match between Liam Stanley and Jason Ford. It's currently 4-3 to Jason. But the big news in the seniors event is the favourite Phil Harrison is out, beaten by Neil Davey 5 frames to 3. Neil will take on Lee Irwin in the semi-finals.
Yeah, I just met a jubilant Oli Bill in the corridor there as I was coming down after his interview with you, and shy retiring Oli himself said to me that he's going to win the tournament now. That's it.
Good to be confident.
Yeah, sat on the fence there, Oli. But why wouldn't he be a little bit like that after coming back from 4-1 down to win that game against Eddie Barker? My word.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway, it's Kirsty-Lee Davies trying to negotiate these reds.
Yeah, and this is, I can confirm, for a matchup with the #1 seed, Harriet Haynes, in the final. She's completed victory 5 frames to 2 over Chloe Payne. Chloe off to a very good start, 2-0 up, lost the next 5 frames. But a great tournament for Chloe, her first real deep run with Ultimate Pool. There'll be plenty more from her in the future.
Yeah, she's played very well, Chloe, all weekend. It's a good showing. Keep getting to semi-finals, you're not doing a lot wrong. And the finals will soon come.
Disappointing miss for Danielle. Allows Kirsty back to the table, but certainly nothing easy on reds here.
Attempting a long cut into the top corner. Great effort. Thought it might go in there for a second, but and a good cue ball. I think Danielle's going to have to come down the bottom of the table here with that yellow that's near the bottom left-hand corner. So at least she can see all of the cue ball with the tip of a cue. And she'll be pleased with that result there. That's absolutely bang on perfect. Onto that yellow in the middle pocket, she just roll that in, and then she's just looking to see where she wants the cue ball for the yellow at the top. Wants to leave herself a bit of angle to come down. If she could get an angle where she could just drift past the 2 reds there and anywhere sort of to the right of the blue spot, if you like, and that will be super perfect.
I think she's just come up a little bit short on that previous shot. Wanted to get past the straight and left it all but straight. Yeah, so having to leave the next one from distance.
Yeah, to change your track there. Looking for this yellow into the bottom right-hand corner and trying to just get the cue ball over, try and play her last yellow into the right-hand centre. Well, she won't be pleased with that shot.
No, she may well have got away with it.
Bit of a despairing look there from Danielle.
Yeah, not happy.
Only left Kirsty-Lee Davies this red into the top corner.
Oh, brilliant.
Well, she struck that ball well. Very solid, confident pot. So both players having good chances in this frame, and it's going to be Kirsty now. You'd think that we'll seal the deal, but she'd have liked a little bit more side on that. A bit tentative with that ball. I think she's going into the bottom corner, another long pot. Put a load of side on that. It was a brilliant shot. Load of left-hand screw off the top rail to make this black very easy. Great long pot in there from Kirsty-Lee Davies. And she takes the opening frame.
Yeah, she looked very positive when we saw her on the TV table earlier on this weekend. Looked very confident. Said at the time, and I think she really is trying to get back to her best. A form that took her to 2 world titles. Been out of the game a little bit over the last few years, but really trying to find and rediscover that form that took her to those world titles. And she's getting close. She really is getting close. Knocking on the door with ultimate pool.
Really positive long pot in there. But Danielle will be frustrated. She had a very good chance to win that frame. Let it slip away. It's going to be Danielle to break in frame 2.
I think the tricky thing here for Danielle is that she's playing some really good pool this weekend. Obviously a very good win in the previous round over Emma Cunningham, who's also been flying this weekend. But the 2 sort of almost poorer performances from Danielle this weekend have both been out on the TV table, and she's had to come through a couple of 6-red shootouts out there. And I think maybe that's part of the reason why she was muttering to herself at the disappointing miss in the previous frame, was that she doesn't want to allow any sort of negative thoughts to creep into her head for being out there on the main stage. Obviously, she's won titles out there, or a Women's Series title in Blackpool, so can absolutely play her best stuff out there, but for whatever reason this weekend not been able to.
She fairly rattled that one in, bringing the cue ball back for thread into the right-hand centre. Just having a look to see if the red passes, the red that's nearest, let's say the blue spot that passes into the corner. She's using that yellow ball there as a buffer. Still work to do here for Danielle.
She's got too far behind this one. For me, she had to leave that plenty of angle. Just rolled that through naturally and just let it be a half ball angle on the red. You've got so much more chance to get up the table. Really got to dig this now.
Yep. Cue power now.
In the end, she's decided not to even try and get close to it and back herself to make a trickier pot.
In one way, that's a sensible thing to do. Give herself the shot at the red. Nothing really to do with the cue ball. As long as she comes past the black ball, she'll have a shot at it into the top left. It's all on this pot, though. A little bit unlucky there. Just waiting for that one to drop in.
It's similar to the one she missed in the previous frame, where sort of the penultimate red on that occasion, you know, it's almost a bit steery, isn't it? It's that slow rolling, a length of the table kind of shot. It's you can't cue through it, you can't cue it positively.
Well, you wouldn't expect that.
Oh, she's been let off.
Especially with the long putting that Kirsty-Lee Davies produced in the first frame.
Yeah, very surprising miss, and one that should cost her the frame. Should, but may not.
Well, this has been a pretty error-strewn start. Well, she gave the black a ride around the table there, trying to get it into the centre. Just wide. Shaking it ahead. I'm sure she wouldn't have made this many mistakes against Emma Cunningham in the last match to come out for a 5-3 winner there.
Yeah, it's sort of been the story of the TV table for Danielle this weekend.
Delicate plant. This one looks straight into the middle. I'm sure she wanted an angle to be able to play the plant. Well, is she going to screw straight back over the side rail and back across, or is she going to go into this, Simon?
Yeah, I think the fact that she's come back to here, I think that tells us she's going into it. Risky, but you feel like she's always going to have a shot at the table, which is what's happened. But it's never guaranteed to be easy. I suppose you'd be pretty happy with this because you can cue through this one nicely.
Middle of the bag. And this black for a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, cueing with authority. Very strange miss earlier on in that frame for Kirsty, but the work around that have been very good. And Danielle will be kicking herself. Could have won both these opening frames and come up just short twice.
Yeah, it's Danielle that's had the first opportunity to win these frames, and she just keeps getting punished for the mistakes. That's what the game's about. And, sort of half dejected Danielle Randle sat in her seat, desperately needs to get a frame on the board, innit? I'm sure she'd love to win this frame, pick herself up off the floor. She is looking a bit despondent.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
You know, when she's playing well, she's smiling, and you know, you can see the joy of playing, if you like, when you're playing well and everything's going your way. But
only takes one bit of positivity out there, though, to change things, and she's got cue ball in hand here for a chance to start frame 3.
Well, reds have to be the colour here. For me, pot this in the middle and then attack the one that down the rail. I'll be leaving those two at the top. If you play the one down the rail and just get on the bottom one of the two reds that are close together, just say between pink and black spot, if you like. Well, she's elected to take the ones at the top. I'd like to leave them there just for position to get onto the black. So I don't see what it's going to get you, because, well, she just potted that one up there, and she still ended up going to play the shot that I said before. Maybe she'd just rather have that one away that's on that rail. That's a good shot.
Cued it in beautifully.
Maybe played it too well, because I think she might have gone a little bit far.
I don't think she can quite see the one to right centre, which would be lovely. Oh, it's going to be awkward here with the cue ball. Oh, don't make both.
How's your form?
Yeah, tough.
Either one stays up and over a bag. You've got your ball to get onto this last red. But, well, can you see enough of the one at the top?
Step 1 on the recovery to take that one. Now needs an excellent shot to give herself a chance on the 8 ball.
Well, this is loads of screw and left-hand side into the cushion just before the right-hand middle bag, and spin the cue ball up, because you don't want to just dig straight into it. It's going to have the side to get the white up. Tough shot, that. She's left Kirsty on a yellow straight into the middle, an easy starter here. It's just not happening for Danielle at the moment.
And once again, getting down to a final ball and coming up short.
Kirsty-Lee Davies would have liked a little bit more angle on the shallow. Having to force it off the two cushions, but plays it well. Positive strike at the cue ball. Well, she's going to pop this in the middle now. Just wants to just look at the little angle. She wants to get on the yellow to the bottom right, and then steer the cue ball up to the top right hand side of the table just to roll in the last one, black, top left hand corner. There she's left her angle and in premium position to go 3-0 up and heading, you'd have to say, or making plenty of headway towards the final and a showdown with Harriet Haynes.
Yeah, looking very good in doing so. Very positive.
It says hit and miss on her back, but there's been more hits than misses so far for Kirsty-Lee Davies.
Yeah, 3-0 up. 2 frames away from that final. And another frame that has got away from Danielle Randle. She's had chances in all 3 frames, not been able to do enough with them. And it will feel like a long way back for her right now. Just update you with another another score in the seniors event. Jason Ford's completed victory over Liam Stanley, 5 frames to 3, which means he'll now take on Oli Bale, who of course came from 4-1 down to beat Eddie Barker about 10 minutes or so ago. They're already underway in their semi-final, playing their first frame, which means the semi-final we get to see from the seniors event on Ultimate Pool TV will be Lee Irwin taking on Neil Davey. That's coming up after the conclusion of this semi-final, and that will be followed by both the ladies and the seniors finals later on tonight. The plate events will conclude out on the main arena, or the back arena, where all those 20-odd tables are.
Where's the cue ball? Well, more bad news for Danielle Randle. When it rains, it pours. Kirsty-Lee Davies taking the reds.
Just checking out some scores from the Women's Series plate event. There's been some turnarounds out there. We saw 3 of the quarterfinals all finish within seconds of each other. Megan Proctor, Holly Cann and Shona Lucas all winning very much at the same time. The other match was 3-0 to Sally Marola at that time. They are still battling it out. Casey Ranford-Norrie has won 3 straight frames. They're in a decider, the winner of which will play Shona Lucas. And that's taken so long to turn that one around that their semi-finals are already flying along. Because I can tell you, the Megan Proctor is 3-0 up on Holly Cann. So the winner of that match at the moment, it looks likely to be Megan. May well have quite a long wait for their final, as there is still a quarter-final in action.
Well, can Kirsty-Lee Davies get to the red into the top left-hand corner? If not, she's going to be forced to play a plant into the centre. Then she's having a little look to see if she can get past this black ball with the cue ball. Well, that's a clever little shot there. Kirsty-Lee Davies using the first red there as a little buffer, played a little cannon.
Still not easy. Certainly digging here. she's looking here, I think that red can't pass the 8-ball to left centre, so she's got to beat the yellows here and try and get out. Not that much angle on this red down, and it's a tricky pot. Very good on both sides.
That's an absolutely huge pot there from Kirsty-Lee Davies. Requires yet another one. But who's to say she's not going to get this the way she's queuing now? Oof.
Brilliant stuff.
Frightening.
Fantastic visit to the table once again from Kirsty-Lee Davies. This time it's not the counter clearance, it's just the clearance. And she goes 4-0 ahead. One away from the final.
Very still queuing as well, Simon. I just looked at her queuing on that last red and never moved an inch as she struck it. And that's the reward you get for the silky smooth action and keeping your head down and everything still.
Absolutely. It's going to be a long way back for Danielle.
Yeah, not a great day at the office so far for Danielle.
She probably was feeling very positive after the victory with Emma that this might be the time to go and win another title with Ultimate Pool, having won Women's Series 1 earlier on this year. But it looks like it's going to be another semi-final loss for Danielle. She's had plenty in her career, but it just shows that...
Do you think she could have put that much into beating Emma Cunningham, knowing how well Emma was playing, that she just got nothing left in the tank?
Possibly. I think that it's just 1 or 2 shots, wasn't it, in the first 3 frames. Obviously, there's nothing you can do about frame 4 there, but you know, she was very close to taking out frames 1 and 2, and then another chance in frame 3.
And foul break then.
Yeah, didn't fulfil the 3-point rule. Not even close, to be honest.
No.
That's a 3-point rule. A point per ball past that centre line and a point per ball potted. Nothing potted, and only one ball past the centre line. So easy one for our referee. And Danielle will get the choice whether she breaks or whether to put Kirsty-Lee back in. But I've never seen anyone do that. Danielle will have this next break.
Well, judging by the way she stood up there next to the table, there's no chance of doing that 4-0 down. Just
while we're waiting for this next frame to be restarted, I can confirm that Sally Marola has completed victory over Casey Ranford-Norrie, having been 3-0 up, pulled back to 3-3. She has won the decider, 4 frames to 3, and she moves on to take on Shona Lucas in the plate semi-final.
Well, nice little explosion from the break, but nothing going in. Again, just compounding Danielle Randle's misery at the moment. It's probably better now for Kirsty-Lee Davies, because the other split, if had met the 3-point rule, would look pretty awful position of the balls.
Yeah, and now she's got a better layout. And yeah, absolutely. And the way she's playing, you wouldn't back against her taking these out. These are very nicely laid out for it.
Might be a little short there, I'm not sure. Only just about coming up to half the allotted time for this match as well. That's a really good shot there from Kirsty-Lee Davies. She has been impressive in this match. She's actually knocked in some thunderous pots.
Yeah, I thought it at the beginning of the weekend. I've sort of talked about it quite a bit on air over the last year or so, that she's really tracking to try and get back to her sort of world title winning form. But this is the best she's looked over the last year or so this weekend. I think she's been very, very good.
Well, apart from one really silly miss early doors, which I just guess she just took her off it and just sort of played a shot that she just dismissed it as being too easy to miss.
Yeah.
She's been absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, we've already seen how well Harriet's playing, not recently, but today in particular. And If Kirsty does take this out here and makes it a Harriet Haynes final, then it should be a cracker for us to enjoy, with both players playing a really, really high level.
Oof. Well, very closely in off there. When things are going for you, makes this a bit tricky, but this is for the match.
Brilliant performance from Kirsty-Lee Davies. Really, really good. Just kept the foot down all the way through, finish after finish after finish, and it is a big, big final coming up.